This video is going to be long, probably over an hour, and it's just a vlog. It's just me going about my day, and every now and then I'll take a break and sit down and start yakking. People are asking questions, and no, I haven't quit playing pools. You don't quit playing pool. People are also asking me to cover some topics, and I will get to it. It's just right now I've been super swamped with business and taking care of some things that need to be taken care of, and I'm working on a music video, and life stuff. I wish I could just do nothing but make videos all day and night, but I can't. Not all the time. I'm just taking care of stuff, just really busy, making money for certain projects, and doing what I have to do, you know. Just so you know, I'll be back to the pool grind soon. With a little bit of a different style of pool videos. Still instructional videos, but not. You'll see. I'll be back. Anyone want to take a guess on what this is? Nope, it's not that. I didn't know either. I had to look at it and read the sticker. And people selling stuff at yard sales, what they're doing is just getting rid of their clutter, or they're getting ready to move, and they just, they don't want it in their house anymore. And in a lot of cases, they never wanted it in their house. They got it as a gift or something. There's a lot of money in doing it. And in the flea markets too, although most people who sell stuff in the flea markets are those people, and there's people that clean out houses. If someone dies and the family lives in like California and the person that died is in like Kentucky or whatever, and the people in California, they'll have to come back to Kentucky to take care of stuff, so they'll just get on the internet and hire somebody to just liquidate the house or whatever and just take it off, So a lot of times, it just depends on how much money the person that died had. Usually the person that died, if they're rich, they have some nice stuff. So they get paid for cleaning out the house and they get paid for selling the stuff. And it's not like, you can make a good living doing it. And sometimes they get lucky and, there'll be something in the house that's actually really, really valuable. And, it's like a one-time, big chunk of money. But usually you're just grinding. And you're going around neighborhoods on trash days, usually in the upper income section of the town. And because people have money, they throw stuff out that works fine. It's just kind of like outdated. And usually grinding in like $20 stuff. A lot of $20 stuff. Tools, knickknacks, stuff. So then they usually set up a flea market, and then they'll sell it on Facebook Marketplace and eBay and Craigslist, and just get it out there and just keep turning stuff over. The problem with doing that is you wind up with a lot of junk, and you can turn into a hoarder real quick. And that's the problem with a lot of these guys. They have houses full of junk that they haven't gotten to listing yet, where they list it and nobody wants it, but they don't want to throw it away or give it away. So they're going to try again at some other date, and they just never get to it. Everything just keeps getting more buried and buried and buried. And then they wind up getting storage bins and just filled with junk. So, if you're going to do that, I don't blame you for doing it. There is money in it. Just be careful, because just don't wind up a hoarder, You don't start having front yards filled with garbage. Your neighbors are going to get pissed off. And that's never healthy. And it brings down everybody's property value, because nobody wants to live next to you. It's kind of rude and ignorant, It's a good husband and wife team, business. Because, usually both people are on the same page. They want the most they can get for whatever it is. And so everybody's thinking the same stuff. Is this worth anything? Should we buy it? Boom, the other one's looking it up. And, no, we shouldn't buy it, or yes, we should, whatever. It's just kind of like a team effort. Okay, it still has a long way to go. I did think about insulating these walls and drywall on them and getting it like really, really nice. And getting it to the point where I can work in here and throughout the year with a decent air conditioner. That one doesn't work. And a good heater, or just run heat from the house into here. And just painting it and getting it looking, like a yuppie man cave. You can put a big screen TV in the wall Uh, it's going to be partially that. I am still looking for a mini fridge to stick in here to keep my beer cold. And I like being in here because there's privacy. And I can think in here, I can get work done in here. So if I'm going to be spending so much time in here, why not, make it nice? But then the other part of me is like, this is a blue-collar working man's man cave, and be proud of it. So, yeah, I'm somewhere in the middle. Oh, that reminds me, if you stay in here like for an hour and you work and all stuff, you start getting a little bit lightheaded. And that's because of all these chemicals. So I got, like, you know how you drain your oil and you're not, you're supposed to recycle it, take it to the recycle center. Well, I have old oil, I have antifreeze, I have parts cleaner. I just have a lot of liquids that need to be taken to the recycle center. And we're going to get on that because I don't want to, get lightheaded. I got an experiment growing here. This is a grease jar. You know the old-fashioned grease where you used to have to pack mirrors and stuff like that? Look at what it's doing. Look at this. It's some kind of weird size experiment. Look at this. See that white stuff? This is grease. Nothing but grease. Nothing else got in there that I know. Just grease. You ever see anything like that? Why would grease do that? Look at this tool here. There's an extension. Look how badly it was built. It's off center. And somebody used it as some kind of punch or something and just hammered the hell out of it. And totally complete toast. But look how off center the square hole is, where the ratchet goes in. And I can't throw it out. My plan is to throw it at somebody's head. These wrapped up and out of here. And we're putting these in the back of the truck to take up to the dump tomorrow. And I gotta clean all that up. All this stuff. Yard waste. These are batteries. All going. Oh my god, there's a lot of batteries in here. Along with all that yard waste and that yard waste. So we still have a major mess over on that workbench. Yeah, I'm gonna chill out and smoke a cigarette. A lot of things is gonna, a lot of things is gonna change around here. But I think the reason I enjoy being in here is because it's so crude, you know, it's so unfinished, and it's so, everywhere you look there's a story to be told. And I think that's why I like it. It's the flaws of it, the imperfection of it, that I like about it. It's like that right there, you know, I could sit here and tell a story about this stain on this desk, and I could take up an hour of your time telling you why that's there. It just says, you know, this is John, he's imperfect. This is a man cave, and it's not what you might think, but it's him. I'm so glad to get all those chemicals out of here. I feel like I can breathe now. But some of it's spilled out on the floor, and all that's got to come up. But before I go and start mopping on that, I got to shop vac. This whole floor is really bad. It's hot in here. I'd like to do something with the back too. And there's a whole back room back there. It's bigger than this room. It's just as wide, but it's longer. What would be cool about restoring this and throwing up drywall and painting it and everything is you could just work on that room first and still work in this room. And then when you're done that room, you come out here and start working on this, and you could still work back there. So I don't think it would affect my actual work, just throw the toolbox back there. I could put in another door back there so I'm not walking through here, and just, you know, close it off and work on it. I don't know, maybe. The thought of it is inspiring. But maybe, I don't know, we'll see what happens. Everything on that chair, you probably can't see, has the potential to be thrown out. And on a whim, I'm just going to say, you know what, I'm sick of looking at this, and just toss it off. But I'm really reluctant to toss it out because I need some of that stuff. Or I think I might need it soon. It's one of those things. You don't want to keep it, but you can't throw it out. Yeah, we're going to be doing some auto painting real soon. I'm doing a hole underneath of the town car, painting all the dark brown on it. And I think I'm going to black out all the chrome trim going down the car. The rocker panel has a dent on it I gotta fix. The red truck has a lot of auto body work to do. I need a whole new fender on the passenger side. The whole thing needs to be painted. I don't really have a plan yet. But I think, you know, I'd really like to do something to get through the winter. And if this had heat in here, you could just like take one panel off the truck at a time, bring it in, and just perfect it. And then, you know, you can make a spray booth out of this. And then just take it one piece at a time, bolt it back onto the truck, and bring another piece in and start working on it. I know that sounds crazy. And I mean, there's pieces of the car and the truck that don't unbolt. They won't come off. You get, you know, the shell of the car. But I could take like the I could take the hood off that truck, bring it in here, and just start sanding it and filling it and welding it and doing whatever I had to do. Doing all the body work, including all the primer and all the sealer and all the paint. And you know, you could wet sand it, you know, down to, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 grit and polish it out and put it back on the car. And so you got an old beat up truck with like a brand spanking new showroom quality hood on it, you know. Just kind of tell people, hang on, there's more coming. So what do you say we get up off our lazy butts and get this yard waste in the back of the truck? I'd love to sit here and smoke another cigarette and drink another drink. Let me drink this one. What is it? It's a poor man's mudslide. It's just chocolate milk and vodka. And this is a poor man's beer, Bush. But I like Bush. It's consistent, you know. It's easy to drink. Doesn't get you ripped. I was buying this homebrew one time at a bar, and the bartender said, look, instead of, you know, drinking these $3 beers, why don't I just sell you these? He couldn't sell them. Nobody wanted them because nobody heard them because a friend of his made them or something. And I'll sell you these for $1 each. And I said, yeah, here's $1, let me try one. And I tried one and I liked it. It was good beer. It was strong. But my problem that night was it was my birthday. I was in South Carolina playing pool. And so I drank them like I would drink, you know, Budweiser or, you know, watered down American beer. It was just like a habit. And so I wound up drinking 8 of them. And I promise you, I was afraid to get off the bar stool. Because, I mean, I was just flat at whoever his friend made him, and whoever his friend was, made him with a lot of alcohol, man. Too much alcohol. You could taste the alcohol in it, but I was still, you know, drinking them like regular beer. I was like, yeah, give me another one. And he only had 8 left, and I bought all 8 of them. Because, I mean, I was plastered. I was absolutely plastered, and it was my birthday, and there's a big long story behind all this. And I didn't want to drive, so I passed out behind this pool room. I knew I was too. I wasn't buzzed. I was drunk, like I was drinking hard liquor all night. And I wasn't going to drive like that. I know I wouldn't be able to do it, so I went and I laid down on a cardboard box that some homeless guy left, and I just, you know, confiscated his box and passed out. And I woke up the next day feeling absolutely horrible, just horrible. And I was still drunk, like 8-10 hours later. I was like, God, this is hard, I'm sorry. And I was like, oh, did you enjoy your birthday? I was like, not really. I sat at a bar all night watching. Cliff Joyner was playing. I forget his name. Somebody from Knoxville. And he didn't come with me. He was just met him. He was like, "This is a small world, man." Like, yeah, it's very full of players lined up here. There's a lot of action in that place too back then. It was pretty shady. They had poker machines in there and stuff. And yeah, I couldn't get any action, so I sat and watched Scott and Cliff Joyner play. Scott from Knoxville and Cliff Joyner from where's Cliff from? I think he's from Texas, isn't he? Anybody know where Cliff Joyner? There's another trivia question. Where's Cliff Joyner from? I'm not sure he's from anywhere. He's the most traveled pool hustler. And everywhere I seemed to go, he was there. Usually playing one pocket with somebody. And from some of the seediest bars you've ever gone at, there'd be like 2 pool tables in this like dumpy little back alley bar somewhere, and Cliff would be in there hustling nickels and dimes. Bar table league players, and or you could walk into a place like Griff's in Las Vegas, where it's a nice place and big place, and everybody knows about it, and there's good people there and all. And there'd be Cliff. He was like everywhere. It's exactly like, you follow me around the country or something? So Cliff was not afraid to gamble. I don't know why I'm saying what. I know he had a heart attack. I don't know if he ever recovered. It's pretty much the last I heard of him. He was at a tournament, and he had some kind of health problem. I think it was a heart attack. And he didn't die. I didn't know that. But I haven't heard anything about him since then. That was a couple of years ago. In the 80s and 90s, we had a lot of guys from Ohio getting out and running the roads. And there's always been Kentucky guys out running the roads, coming down to Knoxville and going down to Atlanta. And just kind of running around. And they would bounce to Ohio too, and Illinois. Not too many of them went up north. And places like New York were never good pool towns. And maybe back way before my time, like the 50s and 40s or something. But if you go to New York City thinking you're going to make money playing pool, you're going to face a sad reality. Philadelphia used to be good, but I don't think it is anymore. I know it dried up for a long, long time, and there was no high dollar players there for years and years and years. I think it got to the point where they got tired of these guys coming in town and just taking off the whole damn city, and it just dried up. So nobody goes to Philly. I don't think anybody goes to Baltimore anymore. Boston has, a couple big tournaments, but all the action is in Ohio, and it's still some in Florida. There's good players in Florida, but it's not like it was in the 80s and 90s, where there was like 11 or 12 pros that lived in the Tampa area, and there was a pro tour. It's just a Florida pro tour. So they all went there to Tampa and just circulated all year round, doing the pro tour, tournament after tournament. And Tampa's it's in the middle of the state, but it's on the western side, the Gulf side. So it was never far from where they were. Play too much on a bar table, I get stuck in that bar table stroke, And that happens to everybody. That's why it's really hard to progress if you played your whole life on a 7-foot bar table, which a lot of guys do because that's all they have available to them. It's hard to go up. People have done it. Sky Woodward started as a bar table player. He did. But it's just difficult. It's much easier to start on a 9-foot and develop a stroke and then kind of adjust your stroke down to an 8-foot and down to a 7-foot. It's much, much easier to adapt up to down than it is down to up. And there's money out in the bars, if you really want to grind it and be around those kind of people. And not everybody out in the bars is a bad person. But there are a lot of bad people out there. And a lot of everybody does not want to be around that kind of, the alcohol's flying and some guy gets pissed off because somebody else is hitting on his girlfriend, all that crazy shit. How did I go from getting on a pool table to that? Well, I don't want to get a bar table because you have to adapt down and develop that bar table stroke, and if you stay there too long, it's really hard to go back up. It's a whole different stroke, and you have less room to move the cue ball. So you have to ease up on your shots, and you're moving the cue ball less, and you're dealing with more. Balls are tied up more, so you're dealing with more. Real tedious stuff. I like to and I'm not knocking bar table players. I just like to let my stroke out and shoot the damn ball without, I don't want to baby a shot. I just want to let my stroke out, and that's why, I get straight in a lot and draw back a lot and get shorter angles a lot because I like to let my stroke out. Display a hand. And again, I'm not knocking bar table players. A lot of players, that's just all they have, They were growing up and they had to play in arcades, and all the arcades had was bar tables. It just is what it is. Tony Allen was a bar table player, and he kind of started to adapt, but then the rest of the story. Anyway, I'm gonna save that side of the room for tomorrow. I got work to do on the internet, so as soon as we get done the cigarette, it's back to other stuff. When the light was out in here, it was impossible to clean this place up because I could barely see. So you go fix something, and then when you walk back in, everything gets thrown on the table, and it's like, well, I'll straighten it all out when I get a new light and can see in here. And if you procrastinate on the light like I did, then more and more and more stuff keeps piling up on the workbench until you gotta get a light and do it. So that's what I was determined to get done over this weekend. There's other things that are now more of a priority than they were last month, and I have a lot of stuff to do. Pool's gonna have to take a back seat, I think. There's nothing left in my schedule. I go all the time, and the process of making these videos takes a lot longer than you guys might think. I think the car videos and home repair videos take longer because usually I'm just letting the camera roll. So you have these clips that are like 16 minutes each, and you might have like 50 seconds of one of the video footage that you can tell the viewers about. So you have all these huge clips that take forever to upload on your computer, and then you get them on the editing program, and then you have to watch them so you know where that 50 seconds is. And it might be 5 seconds here, 10 seconds there, 12 seconds at the end. And you know, there's no way to know where it is on this video clip, so you gotta watch it. Yeah. So it takes a long time. So you live it, you record it, and then you upload it, and then you live it again by watching it, and then you edit it, and then before you upload it, you watch the whole damn thing again. So you're reliving the same thing over and over and over again. It's a lot of work, and people say, you know, you're sitting on your ass making videos. Which is cool, I'm not complaining about it, I'm just letting you know that it's a real time killer. I'm just letting you in. I'm letting you in. I don't let everybody in. I don't let anybody in. So beautiful. It's time about to fix an old Macintosh computer. It just needs a video card, but it's really hard to get to. And these Macs, man, whoever designed these Macs was on serious LSD. You won't believe what you need to do to a Mac to get to the sound card or the video card. It's like, what is wrong with you people? And the screen on a Mac. Here, look at a Mac. There's no screws, not screw or anything. Just like, hey, what do you do here? And so you have to take the screen off first. But there's no way to take it up. It's just kind of laying there. It's like they glued it there, but it works with a magnet. So you have to get a suction cup against the screen, both sides of the screen, and pull. Yeah, it's crazy. You have to pull the screen up, and then there's still wires connected to it as you're pulling it up. It's like, why don't you just put a screw in it? To make my life easy. So yeah, I'm rebuilding a Mac, and if I can get through that one, I'm pretty sure I can. There's a lot of good videos on YouTube about fixing computers. This is a bowling ball hole driller for your finger holes. Yeah, this drills the holes in bowling ball. Stanley Industrial model. I can't see that, and I don't think I have any glasses here. Model 01 or something. And I can't read this, it's too small. Yeah, I think it's model 01. I don't know. It looks like that. It's heavy steel. It looks like at one time it would have been expensive. I just found all my files that have been missing for years. I thought somebody stole them, including my needle files. But I didn't accuse anyone. I think they hide them on me. Not really. I wish I could just put all of these in one. I think I can. Put them all in here. Clean tools. 1857. Klein or clean? Probably Klein. Oh my god, there's a razor blade in here. See, that's how people get hurt. Oh, there's a bunch of them. These bloody idiots. If I had gone digging around in there, they had cuts all over my hands. How quick. It's hot in here. Seat for my partner, which I don't have, and a seat for me. Oh, which I do have. That was cornballish. I'm gonna sit here and drink a horrible drink. Drink the rest of this warm beer. can call this kind of sort of done. It's good enough to work in. It can always get a whole lot better. You guys have any suggestions? I wish I could have a man cave. It's just like covered in pegboards. And all the tools visible and organized. Right down to the tiniest little drug bit. That would be cool. Yeah. That would be cool. Can't always get what you want. That would be cool. It's hot in here. And I never complain about the heat, but it's hot in here now. There's like zero air that circulates in here. It just kind of lays here. Gets a little better when the fans are on, but as soon as you turn the fans off, it's done. Yeah, I'm glad that's cleaned up. It doesn't have to be super duper Mr. Clean. Still don't know what to do with these files. I found all my stolen files that were never stolen. There's no telling what I'll find if I keep working on this. Like back there in all those boxes. There's stuff I know is back there that's just like I haven't seen since the 50s. No shit. Well, a little bit of shit. I haven't seen it in a long, long time. Since I lived in Alabama back in 2000 and 2001. Come from Alabama. I don't come from Alabama. I liked it there. I liked the Dolphin Island. That was my escape place. What's next? I don't know. I'm writing a song. I'm working on a video for a song. Got pulled. You ever hear a song about pull? I mean, it wasn't a cheesy ass, like, stupid thing. Yep. Now I'm making a video on it. It's about the road. It's about the road. Taking a woman on the road with me. That's what it's about. Kinda, I'm not gonna explain. It's cool. This next, I don't know, I'm back to grinding out at work. Yep. Yep. Back to the 10 to 3 schedule. Working. In masonry and brickwork. So fucking over. So fucking over. I'm so over. It's like I gotta go to the dentist every day. But you know, bills have to get paid, and I mean, a man's gotta do what a man's gotta do, and he shouldn't complain about it. But I'm gone. You gotta eat, man. You gotta keep a roof over your head. You gotta do what you gotta do. And all I wanna do is play pool and paint cars. So, and write songs. And make music videos. They're fun. It's not like what you think, though, man. You know, when you're making a pool video, you go at the thing with the subject or however you do it. It takes a little bit of work, a few hours. With a music video, there's two ways to do it. You can like record everything for like 5 days, everything you do, every place you go, just record everything, and then you go home with like 70 hours of video, right? And you gotta take out little tiny pieces, 3-second pieces, to make a 5-minute video. If the song was 5 minutes, it was 3 minutes. So you have all this footage, so you gotta watch it. It's like fuck. I mean, that's a lot of work. It can take months and months and months to take 70 hours of footage and put it all in this tiny music video. And the other way to do it is to plan it, and quit being a dumbass about it, and just it's like, okay, we're going to do this scene, and this is what's going to happen. You're going to film it. It might take 30 seconds, and that's good. We'll get out of this area, and we'll go to the next scene, location, woman, poor, whatever. But that takes a lot of work too. Not as much as the other one. So then you go home with maybe like, what do you got, 2 or 3 hours of footage that you have to reduce down to little snippets. But since you already have it in your head, you can do it a lot faster. So that's a smart way to do it. It's a lot of work, put it that way. It's a lot more work than people think it is. What I'd like to do is make videos of how to make music videos. That would be cool, like all the behind the scenes stuff, and you get the party with Jimmy Page, that would be cool. Yeah. Say, hey Keith Richards, can you hook me up? With a girl, not drugs. I don't think Keith does drugs. I don't think any of them do any drugs anymore. They kind of all got that out of their system. And here I am where I am. Yeah, music videos are tough, though. And even like if you do it smart and have a planned destination and all that, and you know what you want to capture, you're always like reluctant to cut, because like, what if something great happens 10 seconds after you cut, What if we miss something? Because it's real life, I'm not an actor. So, yeah. The troubles of a YouTuber. I'm not, I'm always tempted every time I turn the camera on to tell people, like, personal stuff. Just because my life, I'm a writer, and my life is just an open book. Just let it spill out, let the chips fall, But I've been able to keep all political crap off my YouTube page, and all. Sometimes I'll get into some personal stuff here and there, in some of my vlogs and stuff. But I won't go too far now. If somebody asks me a question, I'm not going to lie to them. You can ask me anything. But when sometimes people they ask personal stuff, like, hey, whatever happened to that woman? I just dumped her in the creek. I was like, I don't want to talk about that. Let's talk about good stuff that's gonna happen. Let's stay positive and happy and eat and drink and be merry. If you see something missing from my life, it's because I left it behind me, and I left it behind me because I don't want to talk about it. Done with it. You get to a point where it's like, okay, I ain't gonna live this way I'm done with it. Bye-bye. If I wanted to talk about her, I'd be whispering. But I dumped her in the creek. I don't know what's next, man. I don't really... I'm not going to take you with me to work and show you that. It would bore you to tears, man. This video is probably boring you to tears. I don't know, Robbie. You know... Whatever. What's next? I'm gonna have mashed potatoes and ham and cabbage and other stuff for dinner. I'll crack open another beer. I'll do dishes. I'll dust some furniture. Check stuff on YouTube. Make sure I answer everybody's questions and reply to everybody's comments. I haven't played in about 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks. It's coming up on it'll be 2 weeks Thursday, I think. And last time I was in there, I wasn't comfortable. It was really, really crowded. I was like, what the? And they had a bingo thing. So what happens during bingo, it's mostly women that play bingo, right? So you guys take their wives to play bingo, and then they go to the pool room and play pool. So on Thursdays, it's like super packed, man, and it's not the way I like it. Put it that way. No, that chick is terrible. That is terrible. Alright, I'm done. This video is done. This is about as clean as this place gets. I work in here, so, you know, it's going to get dirty.